Thanks for listening to another episode of Full Body Cast Presents Hollerin with Hollenbeck, hosted by Travis Kenny, which is me, and former NFL player, former WSU, Washington State University Cougar football player, as well as Enumclaw High School football player and coach. We'll learn that in this episode. Joey Hollenbeck. And anyway, this is just two guys getting together, talking it up, learning about each other a little bit as well. I don't want to go too deep into the intro. We are sponsored by Cole Street Brewery, but I want to give you a heads up on this episode and what you're going to be hearing about. I get some constructive criticism, aka constructive shit talk from Joey, and I give it back to him. Also, how it feels like summer. It's very hot right now, and that leads us into talking about WSU training camps during the heat. What did that feel like? Who were the people? We learned a vocabulary word named, slaps. So that's pretty cool. Also, talk about best shape of your life and coaching high school O-line that Joey did when he came back to Enumclaw to coach. He helped coach the Enumclaw High School O-line for a few years. So anyway, thanks for listening. Give us a shout out. Come out to Cole Street Brewery, get some brews, and say that the podcast brought you. We'd appreciate the support there. Thanks for listening. Take care.
Hollerin with Hollenbeck.
Hollebeck. Joey Hollenbeck.
All right, another episode of Hollerin with Hollenbeck. We got Joey Hollenbeck on the move.
What's going on?
What's going on? I got Travis Kenny, the greatest in the world. And we're about to drink some beers. Hold on. A little bit of a clink.
Clinkers.
All right, so we got the Modelo Man over there. We are sponsored by Cole Street Brewery. But for this pot, drinking our own.
Yeah, it turns out we didn't get a growler on this round.
And I think it was because I forgot to ask him for it.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, it's kind of... Yes, I'm new to this. I'm new to this.
Weird.
But hey, we still support Cole Street Brewery.
Absolutely.
Hit up Sean McDonald. I've had a few people take the picture. Even my wife went and took the picture and got the dollar off and all that.
Solid move.
And so we also talked. We'll get into that. But you wanted to, we started discussing this, guys. I don't know if you guys have noticed this lately, but I'm starting to do intros. And I'm trying to bring the intros in. So it was actually a shout out to Eric Madrid. He kind of gave us some feedback. Joey's been actually asking for this for a while. Joey's giving me angry eyes right now.
Bro,
they might be angry bedroom eyes.
I've been saying this since
a while.
like day two.
And so it's been like, hey, we need a little more structure. But now, here's the thing. I guess I swung the. So what's your feedback
I'm just
now?
Saying, I think the intro needs to go like, hey, like
too long.
Yeah, you've been doing it really good. It's real agenda-y though, like really like breaking down like the pod. Like you gotta. I feel like you're like giving them everything, but they don't know what they're. They haven't heard it yet, obviously. But you're like giving them every detail of the pod. You need to just say, yo, this is a banger. This thing's a good one.
We're gonna talk about some thud drills.
We're gonna talk about a few football things, just a couple like bullet points, and then be like, hope you enjoy. Bam.
Boom. Okay.
Yeah. The freaking novel beforehand, and like maybe people don't want to. Maybe people are like, I don't really need to listen to that one.
Well, yeah, maybe. But here's the other thing. People are kind of going in blind, and then with people going blind, I try to give those nuggets out there so people can be like, but maybe I'm getting too detailed on the nuggets.
Too many.
Like, I'm not saying, hey, look at these gold nuggets. I'm like, ooh, and this one weighs 0.8 ounces?
Yeah, way too agenda-y.
Okay, all right, well.
But, hey, I appreciate it, though. Like, it starts out really good. Like, when I texted you the other day when we did the first one, you were like, I was like, yo, bro, that's legit. And then I kept listening, and I was like, I'm not going to burst this bubble right now. I'll just wait.
Oh, because it kept going.
Yeah, like, for like 9 minutes.
it was like 3 minutes and 19 seconds, but it felt like 9 minutes. I don't know if you guys have ever been in an accident before, or you've ever been somewhere to where you've thought like, man, that thing was like, it felt like it took forever, but in reality it was like 15 seconds.
It seemed like it was forever.
Okay, well, that's how it is.
But it's okay. It's okay.
I'm very
detailed.
sorry.
You're detail oriented. I get
Thank
it,
you.
and I appreciate that.
Sorry that I'm just a genius.
To an extent. How you been this week, buddy?
Oh, hot, dude. Is it summer? It feels like summer.
I feel like it's just you. It is summer.
I know, but it's kind of hit me. It's summer now.
I feel like it's kind of just you, though.
Thank you. I busted off the shirt
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and I've been just like mowing the lawn in the back.
Go
I've been
on.
pressure washing.
Go on.
Wood splitting.
Wood, huh?
Yeah, giving my neighbors wood probably. No, because I'm a generous firewood guy. They come over, I give them some wood.
Okay.
Is that weird?
No.
Anyway, plus I give them a little touch of a taste of beer.
Okay, that got weird.
Okay, so anyway, how you been?
Good, man. Good.
You look tan as heck,
Thanks, bro.
and your curls. Like I thought you're kind of wearing this like crimson. It's not really crimson. What color would you say?
Crimson and gray, bro.
Yeah,
It's a Coug tank top.
It's a Coug tank, but it kind of like
With
like
gray.
if I didn't have my didn't have my contacts in, kind of one blur.
kind of feel like
You
what?
look like that's your color. You look like you're not even wearing a shirt. He's got Wazoo on your chest.
Oh, really? I'm not red, bro. I'm tan.
It's pretty red,
Okay.
like a tan red, like a good red.
Have you ever seen the movie Powder?
Yeah.
That's what you look like.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Um,
I've been mowing the yard with my shirt off with 80 SPF on.
Well, I'm trying to catch up because we got this news today.
Yeah, that guy's an asshat, dude.
Yeah.
Oh, masks everywhere?
Yeah.
Big Bear don't wear masks. Bro.
Did you hear about it? It could be a misdemeanor. 90 days in jail.
Oh, really? For not wearing a mask?
And a $5,000 fine.
Where? At any store or wherever?
Anytime you're outside of your own like residency.
Oh, so right now,
We're wearing masks.
yeah, right.
I'm wearing a mask. I don't know. I don't know.
I'm not.
It's kind of hard to breathe through it, but I'm wearing it.
I am not wearing a mask.
Okay, get fined, Inslee. You know my number. I'll
Inslee,
vouch.
Suck it.
Oh, Inslee, please don't throw me in jail.
I'm not wearing a mask, bro. I'm not wearing a mask on a plane. I'm not wearing a mask anywhere. I'm not wearing Costco. I will because I have to because I like Costco. But I wear it like normal when I walk through the door, and then I pull it to my chin.
Like a rebel.
Yeah, I'm a savage.
Dude, you're a rebel, bro.
Savage.
Savage is good too. I was thinking about like that. If you, as I cough,
Jesus, guys.
So
You should be wearing a mask. You've been doing that cough for a long time, little buddy.
I've always had it. So that's what I'm saying. I've always had it. So, but like going golfing, like, am I supposed to be on the entire course just with this mask on?
There's no way.
Like, I don't know. I'm just trying to think through this. Now I can understand going to a grocery store, hardware store. I get that. But going to Taco Time and ordering.
So what's mandatory? I mean, you got to wear it everywhere.
Like, except not in your car, I don't think. But everywhere. Other than that, like, you got to wear, if you're walking down the street, if you're going for a walk around the block, you got to wear a mask.
Bro, how can that be a law?
I don't know. Inslee said it. He's our governor.
Did you see what he did? Did you watch the video?
No.
I got a video of it sent to me.
Yeah.
And dude, like, walks in with a mask on, sits down, and then takes it right off. And the lady that's sitting there next to him isn't wearing a mask at all. So it's just like a full-blown, like, publicity, like, whatever, you know? And they're, like, trying to stuff in his pocket, and they're, like, filming the whole thing the whole time. And, like,
Really?
the guy's a boner.
Well, June 26th, man.
23rd, I thought.
26th. Today's 23rd. So Friday.
Yeah. He said it today. So
Yeah.
on Friday, it's going all masks?
Yeah.
No, I'm going to jail then.
It's going to be hot and sweaty in there.
In jail?
Oh, yeah. Plus with a lot of men. So it's going to feel like football locker room all over again.
Okay.
When you wake up in the morning, I want to switch some gears to football.
Go on.
Okay, because I was thinking about football today.
You are?
Yeah, I'm loving football. I mean, this is
I've
kind
been thinking about football a lot too lately, but I don't even know if it's going to happen this
Right.
year. So.
Well,
Bro, sorry, I don't mean to change the subject really quick.
Oh, wait, I got a critique for you.
It's
So
a
we'll talk a
football-
critique in a little bit.
I know, I've been cutting you off a lot.
No, you go ahead. No, here's the critique. Here's the critique. You critiqued me in the intro. I'm critiquing you in your.
I know, I cut you off.
Okay,
I
on your
need to let you
interviewing.
finish.
This is, guys.
This pertains to football, though.
But we'll talk about football in a second. I'm going back to where you critiqued me because now I'm going to critique for you. So you got to take it, okay? Mm-hmm. All right. We had Justin Heater on, great guy, fun time. We even went to the Rainier after.
Well, him and I did, and then you showed up randomly.
That happens. And so then later on in life, I'm editing this podcast, the podcast for where we had Justin on. There was a point where I had to leave for like 5 minutes. Okay, I had peed, probably grabbed something to drink, come back, and so Joey took it over. Joey was asking the questions. Justin was answering the questions.
Did good, huh?
No, I had to edit it like crazy because here's how it went. So it was like listening to Chris Farley interview like Paul McCartney. So you helicopters. When did you get involved? When did you think about that? Like, that's a pretty interesting thing. When did you do that? And then Justin would go, well, when I was like 15, and then you would cut him off and go, because I was thinking that, like, if we could, and like every time you'd ask him a question, you would let him say like 5 words.
Trev, we were on like hour 3 of, and you couldn't talk either at the end of those podcasts, bro.
You were cutting him off. You'd ask him a question and cut him off. It was hilarious.
I know. I can't. My mind just keeps rolling, bro.
I think that's a good thing.
Yeah.
That means,
but don't talk shit.
But wait, no, but that's just it's a critique. Just like how you critique me. I'm not talking
criticism.
shit.
A constructive criticism.
It's constructive shit. Okay, I'm talking some constructive shit.
I feel that. Okay.
So,
okay.
I'm telling you,
Okay.
You did a good job. Just take a beat. Let them talk. I'm a horrible offender of that, though.
I know. I need to just let you finish what you're saying. I feel like we're kind of having a heart to heart right now.
I feel good.
I don't, because you just critique the shit out of me. But
Here, I'm gonna hand you the ball. This is your time to talk, and then you're gonna hold on.
We're
to
gonna
it
do that every
during
time.
and we're gonna train
not
you.
doing
We're
that.
gonna train you.
That, my friend, is not what people want to hear. They want me to cut you off. A lot of the times, I feel like. You can talk. Go ahead.
Can I have the ball back?
All right, so listen.
I'm not holding the ball, so I can't talk.
So back to the football. Back to the football thing. Kevin Van Hoof was just at his place in Arizona, and they drove to Vegas.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Loves Vegas. Hold on. So he's driving by the new Raiders stadium. Sent me a picture.
It looks amazing,
buddy.
Dude.
He's like, this is the sickest thing I've ever seen.
I know.
I was like, we're going. I'm going to a game in there. Maybe lots of games there. Who knows?
You gonna kick Zach out? You gonna try to go with Zach?
Sure. I might switch to
being a fan of
silver, bro. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I'm telling you, it does. I drove by it like in March or February? No, February when we weren't shut down. We drove by it, dude. It's like black and shiny. It's gorgeous.
Yeah. I'm keeping that thing clean though.
Yeah, no, right.
And then he sent me a picture like 4 hours later of him hitting like 1,700 on a slot machine. And then he called me yesterday and said, I lost it all again.
Is he there right now?
No, he's back in Arizona now.
Well, good for him. Good for you, Kevin. One day we'll meet. One day we'll bring you in here and we'll grill you. We'll ask you 10 questions, and when you're like in the third word, Joey will interrupt and talk about his story. We'll do that.
Okay. And then one time when you're telling a story, you'll cough a million times.
And I'll lead in to that episode with the half-hour intro.
Yeah.
Give everyone the details and say, go ahead and listen now. Yeah. He said this, then I said this, then he said this.
Good times.
So football.
Yeah, go on.
Okay. So what I was going to say about football, sometimes when I wake up in the morning, the air's just right. Birds are chirping.
You got one of them little Nerf balls in your pants?
You got a little Nerf ball in your pants with the little extendo. It has a little like an arrow almost. Yeah. And whistles.
The arrow for you.
And it whistles. So anyway, and he kind of like, this reminds me when I was here when this happened. Do you have that?
Well, we're talking. Okay,
I'm talking football.
I know.
So right now,
you wake up in the morning, it's a crisp, nice day, and you say it reminds you of what?
Well, whatever. It could be whatever.
Yeah.
But in the summer, when did you start hitting like? Right now, when we're recording, it's June, end of June.
Yeah.
When do you start hitting the camps? When do you start hitting even college? When does that?
So college right now, because we get out in like May,
right,
for the summer. So workouts would start like you'd maybe take like a week off ish. Actually, not really. You would just go. We would blaze. We would just now it's like go time, and all the slaps that didn't stay.
Wait, time out.
All the guys that didn't stay.
What are slaps?
Just slappies.
What are those?
I can't say like I don't. I'm not saying it in a bad way. I'm just saying like to me like, and I'm not gonna drop any names, but like to me like, it's like a mind over matter thing, right? Like guys would take off. I understand like families and like whatever, right? And
Wait. Are you telling me what slaps are? Or do I have to cut slaps out?
What are you talking about?
You've said slaps. They're like slaps.
It's like slap dicks.
Is that what they are?
Yeah, like slap dick.
That's good. No, see, that's a vocabulary. We just learned a new word.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
And is that a football term?
Sure, yeah.
Or is that a Joey term?
Maybe both.
Okay. So these slaps.
Here's my thing. Like, if the thing is like, and I get like people need to go do whatever. Like, this is kind of your time, whatever, do your thing. But with that being said, I feel like that is summertime's the best time. There's no I did summer school every day, so there was definitely distraction still, but it's mellow, it's chill, right? So you get up early, go hit a workout, go to class for a couple hours, come back. We're not like organized, right? Like as far as like film and like all this stuff, you're not in film for 6 hours a day plus practice plus school plus study table plus all this other stuff, right? Plus travel, like whatever.
Right.
So you're basically like you're going. It's like everything's condensed, so you can really focus on training and whatever, getting in shape, whatever. And so I don't know. I just think that I don't know. It's one thing that reminds me of summer training was just like guys that I don't do good with, like the mind over matter thing. Like I do good with it, but I don't do good with it when other people like give in. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I remember we were running sprints one time, and I'm not going to drop any names, obviously, but we're running.
Was he number 64?
No. No, but we're running sprints one time, and it's like it wasn't easy for sure. It wasn't easy. So like, here's an example. So our conditioning test at the end of summer, basically to get your ticket into training camp, like at my early years at WSU, it was like 1,610-yard sprints with, and they were timed, so you had to beat it in a certain time. So you were like rolling. Like it was like
hard.
So that's distance, right? As I got my last 2 years there, we got a new strength coach, and the conditioning test switched to 5 gassers. You know what a gasser is? No.
Usually when I get up from the couch.
Usually when I hit about the 3rd step going to bed.
when I'm on my 4th flight of stairs.
My actual 4th flight? You mean 4th stair. But so the gassers, basically you start on one sideline and you sprint across, have to touch the other sideline, sprint back across, touch the other sideline, sprint back across, touch the other sideline, and then finish through. That's 1.
You get through 16 of them?
5.
Oh.
5, but timed. Bro, that's harder. Starting and stopping's harder than going 110 yards straight, for sure. So
slowing all the way down.
Yeah, because you got to fully stop and touch the line.
Turning
there's like
the motor
coaches,
back on.
There's like coaches like watching that you're touching the line. You don't touch the line, it doesn't count. Like it was insane, right? Discipline too, right? So, but there was this one dude in particular when we were like training for this thing, and we would like at some point it's like mind over matter, right? You just got to go do it. You're gonna have to do it regardless, and if you don't do it, if you don't pass the conditioning test,
then you're done.
No, you still go to training camp.
Okay, you're
but
there.
then you're in at 5 a.m. on a Versa climber. You know what a Versa climber is?
I'm guessing it's like
no, it's basically a metal thing that goes straight up in the air, and it's got 2 handles on it and 2 foot things, and you just go like this. And dude,
have you done that before?
Not for in trouble, but I've done it to do it.
Yeah,
and in like 10 minutes, you're gonzo.
Really?
Yeah, bro. It's no bueno.
I feel like more people should do that.
It's a good workout for sure. I mean, it's like if you're into like torture.
You show up in leather with a mask on and a gag ball. You're like, I'm ready, coach.
Timer.
This is fun. Oh man.
No, bro. But so this one dude in particular, like we were training, and like he would just like none of us could breathe. Like it's 150 degrees out there. It's 100 degrees outside, or maybe just 102, 100 whatever.
Does it get hot over there,
bro? But listen to this thing as you just cut me off. So I'm just kidding. It gets super hot over there, But here's the kicker.
Yeah.
The field turf
Yeah.
has black rubber in it.
Oh, so it is
So
just
they would take temp of the turf before you go out.
120.
135.
Oh my gosh.
Dude, your feet are like
On
you're on
fire.
coals. And you're wearing black cleats too, and so it's just like we had swag like that, so we rolled black cleats.
Really? That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, buddy.
So, did you ever do you wish that you could go back?
Hold on, let me finish.
Okay.
So this guy though.
Sorry. You're right. I'm doing what you said. So, do you like blue?
What's your favorite color?
That's really cool. I like this Wizard of Oz.
There's one time. No, so this dude though like run and get like halfway through, and he would like we could not bend over. You couldn't bend over, like you know how some people are tired put their hands on their knees, whatever.
Right.
They would not let you bend over.
Well, they're telling you. Okay, good. Sorry.
You had to put. Go ahead, go please.
Well, they tell you now. This, where you put your hand on your head. Did they let you do that? They say that.
All we could do is put our hands on our head.
And now they say that's actually cuts your air supply. Like it's better to go on your hands on your knees. Believe it or not.
I know. I read
just
that
read
too,
that.
bro.
It's crazy. Anyway, so they won't let you.
We would run. We would do our deal or whatever, and this guy would get like halfway through, literally like halfway through, and he would like he was dying, and he would, excuse me, he would like literally lay down on the ground and just be like,
make the noise,
and I'm like, come on, Weezer, like let's
really
go, and like I just got to a point where like everybody would like huddle around, dude, are you okay? Like.
You're tired of this.
Is everything okay? And I was just like, dude, you're a bitch. Like, come on. It's mind over matter at this point. Let's go. And the guy was a player too, but it's like, I don't want to play next to you. Like, if you can't run 3 gassers as we're like preparing for the 5 gasser challenge or whatever, if you can't run 3 and if that's what you're going to look like in 3, I don't want you by my side in 4th quarter, dude.
Right.
Me trying to carry you too.
Right.
So it was just like, and we were all tired, of course we were all
everyone
like, wiped,
was.
but like that, like I'm like, dude, you're weak. Like that's weakness to me. Don't show your weakness. Come on. You know
I like that.
Yeah, I got you.
I like that.
How those Coog teas coming along? How those Hollerin
Hollenbeck soon. So here we go. I want to ask you this. Okay, I'm going to give you like a 2-minute story about me, and then I want to hear what you have to say.
Okay, go.
So when I was at Young Life Camp, we worked in Oregon. It was like hot. And I worked there for a month. And this is before child labor laws. And I was even told that this was there probably were child labor laws. But like I worked from like 6 a.m. till 10 p.m. like Monday through like all week, Sunday through Saturday for like a full month. I lost so much weight. I carried so many buckets of stuff and tables and chairs and just nonstop work.
Just from working.
And I came back to Enumclaw
just from working though.
Just from hard working, like for like
go on
all the time.
Go on.
My forearms were looking great. I lost a bunch of weight.
They were.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like, and that was probably the healthiest I'd ever been. Like I wasn't drinking soda. It was all water or like, you know, Kool-Aid or here and there, but mostly it was all like.
Hey, did you used to make the Kool-Aid like?
I hated Kool-Aid when I was a kid.
You hated it?
Hated it. The worst.
Really?
It was the absolute worst. In fact, we'll get to that in a second. But I was absolutely like the best shape I've ever been in my entire life. And now, obviously, I'm in the worst shape I've ever been in my entire life.
Okay.
And I'm like, what if I just did that? What if I just for a full month just didn't stop moving 10 hours a day? Just nonstop. Didn't stop moving, drank water, like even in just like picking up stuff, doing this, doing that.
Okay.
Like, I want to do that. I want to feel healthy again.
You just gotta like, you know what I did? What you need to do is like legit like put a sticky note in front of wherever you sit every day, like what you want to do.
Gosh, lots of sticky notes.
You know what I'm saying though? Like just put like, okay, just a simple goal. Like me, like 280 pounds. Boom. I put it in like front of in my office, right on the wall.
Little Russell Wilson.
But it like literally like you
look
at it every day and then you're like,
make it happen.
Yeah. Yeah, it just like it comes around, bro.
So was there any point in your life, is what I'm asking,
Okay.
28, 32, 36,
I
you
never stopped.
where you were like, no, but you were like, I wish I could go back to minicamp. I wish I could go back and run some gassers right now. Like if I could just go for like a good solid 3 to 4 weeks, man, I would feel just great again.
because you beat the piss out of yourself when you do that. Like doing like I do a lot. I do things differently now because I am not
young,
yeah. Like you can't like
Right.
I'm not like you can't just keep
indestructible.
exactly
Right.
like I'm like trying to like preserve my like whatever
Your
So
shoulder.
now I like walk a lot. I do a lot of incline. I do a lot of like.
So you want to go back you don't want to go back in time at all. Like you don't want to like work out.
There's certain things I would want to go back in time for.
I'm talking about working out.
I understand.
Right.
I understand that. But I'm saying like even like a football play or like something like that. As far as workouts go, that's like torture. Like I thrived on it at the time,
Right.
but it's hard on your body, bro. It's like really hard on your body. Like running stadium stairs every day, doing sprints, starting, stopping, like beating yourself up, like whatever, right?
Dude, I got a great question for you.
So there's a fine line.
love
That's why I
this.
don't do it anymore. Like now I'm like, I don't care if I can bench 500 pounds anymore. I don't do that. I don't care. I'll rep like 315 pounds. That's what I'll do. That's like the max I'll go. I don't go higher than 315 pounds. So I can get like 12 or 14 at like 315 pounds. But for like to like a 1 rep max or doing something like that, that's for the birds, dude. I'm done with that. I'm done with that.
So-
and honestly, 99% of the time, unless like the workout calls for us to do like a, like a, I don't want to call it a max, but like a heavy type workout, I won't go above 315. But like I'll normally do like maybe 265,
Okay, all
285,
right. All right.
and just do more reps
Right.
than not.
Okay. 285. We get it. No, you're good.
No, I'm being serious.
No, I know you're being serious.
But I'd rather do lighter weight and more reps
That's lighter weight. 285 is lighter weight.
than 315. Yeah.
Okay.
I won't go above 315.
What's the thing that they'd have to do at the combine where they're like
225?
Okay, so you're 285 lighter weight. What are
No.
you talking about?
I would rather do a lighter weight, is what I'm saying, than continue
what's
to go
285?
heavy.
That's your bench press?
For reps?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at the combine, it's 225?
It's 225 for reps. I'm not doing 32 reps at the combine.
Oh, I see.
I'm doing like 12, 15, whatever. You know what I mean?
I got you.
Okay.
I got you.
Chill out.
All right, listen,
Hey.
you're firing me up over here.
You look fired up right now.
The shirt's about to come off, and you're about to see some pink shoulders.
Well,
You're
you
about
got
to see some pink shoulders.
You can't. Your mom said you can't take your shirt off. You're sunburnt. You're sunburnt.
So, when you're a coach, because you talked with Justin about being a coach, that you were a lineman, O-lineman coach
Yeah.
and by the way, we got to talk about Sean McDonald blown by you. We're not there yet, but
Well, we already talked about that.
no, we did. Oh yeah, we did with Justin.
Yeah,
That's
we're
right.
good, Yep. Mm-hmm.
Did you see that he shared the post? He shared the comment, and he even said,
No,
he's like,
I didn't see it.
hey, so sometimes I don't know exactly what he said, but this was a great episode. Talked about how I used to blow by Joey Hollenbeck.
You guys just really stroking each other off right now. Go
But,
for it, buddy.
pancakes.
It's all good. It's all good. You like syrup with those?
But as a coach, did you ever see a kid? Because how long did you coach for high school? Like 1 or 2, 3 years? How many years?
Club?
Yeah. It was like you and
Yeah, it was
Berkland or Patterson
It was
and
me, Patty,
Thomas.
Henderson, Pat, and some other guys. But it was I was there for like 3 years. But here's the thing, like my thing with coaching was like I was running a business too, and like getting that thing rolling and this and that. And Gundy came to me and was like, "Hey, I want you. I need you on my freaking staff." And I'm like, over beers at like Druids Glen, and I'm like, I'm down to come help. I'm down for whatever, but like you got to understand, there's going to be
some give and take.
There has to be. Like
Right.
I'm like trying to start a business.
Right.
The business was established, but it wasn't like
But you're still working.
Yeah,
You can't.
yeah.
You can't let off the gas pedal.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And I'm not a teacher. Like nothing wrong with teacher, but I'm just not a teacher. Like I'm not on the same schedule as the kids necessarily, or
Right.
like whatever.
Right.
So, and it just we took its course, and then after a couple of years, it's just kind of like, dude, this doesn't work. Like, this is just it's too much in the realm of like football. To me, I love it. I'm passionate about it. 100%. I'm passionate about helping people. I'm passionate about coaching. I'm passionate about working with people.
But it's
whatever.
timing.
But it's got to be timing too,
Right.
and like my schedule is just so whack at the time that I was kind of like,
So when you were coaching, though,
yeah.
did you ever like think in the back of your head, kind of like sometimes when you parent, maybe your parents parented a certain way, you're like, I really liked how I was parented here, and I didn't really like how it was parented here, so I'm going to revise that and try my own little spin. Was that the same thing for coaching? Like when you were coaching, were you trying to be Coach Joe, or were you like had other coach voices in your head saying, the kid should be doing this, the kid should be doing that, the kid should be doing this?
I think the other voices in my head would come out like when we would have like staff meetings, or like we would break down like certain things and like, what can we do better here? What can we do better here? But like on the field, like I was just me. Like, it's funny because at the end of the year, like all the seniors would write you like a note or whatever, and
Right.
a card or whatever, and they'd just be like, a couple of seniors would be like, I'm just scared of you. Like, whatever. Like, I'm like, dude, come on, I'm a good guy. I'm just freaking whatever.
Were you intense? Were you the guy that would
Yeah,
be?
I'm super intense.
Were you like you guys need it? Is it mind over matter guy? Like when you were standing next to that guy who was wheezing on the field, that was just like, and you were like, come on, dude, you got to just freaking figure it out, get tough, and go out there and hit hard. Go play the game.
Like, well, that's the problem with. And years after the fact of me being done playing, to step into that role, because it's hard because being in it when I first started the whole thing, I had no patience whatsoever as far as like any of it. As far as we're working with kids, like I was too intent. I was still in it, right? So then being removed from it for a couple of years, I was able to like be more patient and like really work with them and like do some different things. But I was still like intense, like super intense, because like I know what it takes to get or do or win a game or to dominate a guy in front of you. But if you don't know what that is, like I'm not going to pussyfoot around and just be like, hey bud, no, you can't. Like that's when you step on a football field, it's like go time.
Did you ever make a kid cry?
Change your mindset.
Did you ever make a kid cry? Honest, we won't talk about names, but did you ever make a kid cry?
I'm sure. I've made a lot of them puke.
Really?
Yeah. But like, here's the thing.
Like, we want water. Like, it's 145. No, I was wearing black cleats.
No.
I was out there at the Wazoo.
No.
We had a run too.
Always gave them water. I wasn't like that. I was like, I was sympathetic to like what they were going through, but at the same time, like, you know, I just had to like, I had to teach these kids what, if you've never done it before, how are you supposed to, how you can't just explain to them what it takes. You have to show them, right? So to try to show a high school kid, I didn't know in high school what it took either. It was a crazy eye opener for me when I went to Wazoo or when I went to the next level after that or whatever. So you can't explain it. You have to show it to them. And some guys feed off of it and some guys go in the tank. And that's the difference between.
Were you trying to weed people out? Did you guys have
I was never trying to weed people out.
Did you have a base of people where you could, like, did you ever, high school football, how many people are you bringing on a roster?
High school football kids weed themselves out.
So
the standouts are going to show themselves instantly. And the other, they're
going to fall away.
The lions are going to stand out. The sheep are going to just go in their little herd.
And they wear their mask with Inslee.
Play grab ass in the back or whatever. And those are the guys who you're like, but the hardest part is seeing potential in kids and them not seeing it or knowing it and them throwing it away.
Is that a parenting thing though?
Well, I think that was me too, to an extent. Like I was, me playing football was my out. Like that was the place I could go and destroy things and not get in trouble for it. So that to me was like, that was my out.
But you never thought you were good enough. You said this in an earlier podcast that you had to go like 110% all the time because you felt like you were probably one of the worst people on the field. Even at Wazoo, when you were lighting it up, you thought, I'm the worst one here. That
was just my own mindset. That's what gave me my edge, I feel like, because I would always
you kept the motor going hard.
I would always think to myself that I didn't think they were better than me, but I thought the level of play was going to be so much higher than what I was used to.
So you had to
that I would subconsciously like be a freak out there. And I didn't know how to turn that off on the field. So that's what gave me my edge at every level I went to, because I subconsciously would think that every place I went at the next level, even from freshman to varsity, even from 8th grade to freshman, from freshman to varsity, whatever, like my thought process was like the level of play is insane. When I left Enumclaw and went to Wazoo, I was like, I'm playing against 22, 23-year-old, like, quote unquote,
dudes,
men
yeah.
at the time, right? Which,
right.
Obviously, but my thought process with that, like, it wasn't, I was never scared. I just knew that if I wanted to compete, my level of play had to be at a whole different level. So I think that subconsciously, I gave myself an edge from that perspective.
All right. So then when you were a coach, but did you ever have, like, parents get on you, like, because you were like...
No, I never dealt with that shit. Like, I would let the head coach deal with that, because I'm not, that's the head coach's job. That's not an assistant, whatever,
So no one came like, hey, dude, I feel like you're not playing my kid enough, but I feel like you're being too hard on him. I feel like you're doing too soft on him. I feel like you're...
I never really got into that realm of it, honestly. Like, I kind of always let the head coach deal with that. That's their job, not mine.
Okay, so you never got approached, though? What I'm saying is, did you get approached?
No, I would get approached by, like, hey, what do you think? What can we do better? Type of stuff, but never like, hey, you're being too hard on him. Like,
gotcha.
The kid's playing football.
Gotcha.
Like, I have the experience. I can show you what he needs to do. I can tell him what he needs to do, but if it's not happening, like, what do you want me to do? Like, you can bring him to water, but you can't make him drink, Big Bear.
Were there any kids out there that were like, though, that were hungry, that would listen to you and just absolutely just eat up whatever you had to say?
Absolutely.
Like, I'm going to do it, coach. I'm going to do it.
No question. Yeah. And that's what you're going for. Those are the guys, like we talked about earlier, like, that's the deal with, like, high school football. You can they weed themselves out, honestly. Like, you can go and see you might teeter-totter on, like, one or two guys, be like, I think you got the potential, but is your mind right for this? Like, and they're in the mix too, but you got the guys that will stand out. Or you get a diamond in the rough every once in a while too, right?
Did you have a diamond in the rough?
Yeah, you.
Thank you. I was the best. Thanks, Dad. I was going to break you down Barbara Walters style.
Okay, go.
But I don't know if I want to now.
Why?
I feel like we kind of, that moment may have passed, but...
Yeah, I'm a sensitive man.
Okay. So, when you're telling yourself, I'm not good enough. I
never said I wasn't good enough. I just said subconscious.
I'm not at that level.
No, that wasn't.
I got to go hard. I got to go 110. I got to go.
No, that was an edge. That was something I subconsciously did, is what I'm telling you. Not.
So,
I never thought I wasn't good enough. I knew I was good enough, but I didn't know what the level of play. You're basically walking into an unknown.
So when did you realize you were good enough? Is what my question. Was it like 6th grade? Was it 10th grade?
No.
Was it...
Every time I stepped to a new level and I could compete with these guys, and then I was like, okay.
I can do this. I can do this.
Okay, here's the deal. Like, here's an example. When I left Enumclaw and went to Wazoo,
okay,
my subconscious telling me, okay, these guys are 22, 23, like, whatever, I'm 18, I'm fresh out of Enumclaw, I'm in a red shirt, like, I'm just going kind of off of, standards of kind of what I've seen. I've never lived it before, right? So I'm telling myself that these guys are basically freaks and I'm going to have to become one of those freaks. Well, until so my mindset is like crazy higher than it probably needed to be, because the first day I locked up with a 22, 23-year-old dude, I was like, okay, you guys, okay.
I can do this.
I'm in.
Yeah.
So it was like the first lockup with somebody. And then after that, I was like, then my confidence would roll. So then I was like, okay, now I can play my game. It's like that every single time you step on the field, bro. Like, it wasn't just every level, but you don't know your opponent. Like, you watch him on film, you dissect him, but you don't know your opponent.
Okay, were you ever intimidated by knowing that you were going to go up against a certain player that may have been
honestly
pretty good?
You think about it, but that's when you're like really hone in, right? That's when your film is on point. Well, your film is always on point, but like you would do extra stuff. You would do things that maybe you wouldn't have to do in weeks prior. Oh my gosh, can I see it? Is it growing? Let me see it. Get it over here.
This is the Wakely Jacqueline moment where she
bring it over.
Where she talks about
Uncle
this.
Joe see it. Let me see it.
We have.
Well, okay, let me see.
It was in that.
What?
Then it grows.
It was a seed and it grew.
Yeah, and then we're planting a flower.
What? That's so cool. How many are in there? How many are in there?
It's
Count them.
1, 2, 3.
I see one more. It's just bent over. 4. Knuckles. Bam. Here you go. Here's your flower back.
All right, go show Mom. Thank you. Love you. Shut the door. Lock it behind you.
Hey, good to.
Okay, you get a fist bump too? Oh, you blew it up.
Hey, good.
Man, you hit that hard.
Hey, good to see you.
Love you.
Hey, I'm still. Hey, no. Let's not. Hey, I'm. Okay. Okay. Hey, I'm still. Hey,
love
Jacqueline,
you.
Jacqueline,
Bye.
I'm still trying to get as big as you so I can jump on your trampoline. Okay.
Okay. Let me.
I don't think you need to do anything. Just keep it going.
Okay, I will. I haven't. It feels good though. Get my wife to lock that friggin' door. I'll tell you that. Look at you. I feel like.
I'm limber. I'm limber.
I feel like.
I'm limber.
Dude, I don't know if you guys know this, but Jacqueline knocked over that fan. Joey jumped over it, like over our table to fix it. Nimble as heck.
Trev, I'm an athlete.
Dude,
Still.
He says it all the time. I'm an athlete. I'm like, yeah, okay. I believe it now.
You just saw it firsthand?
I saw it firsthand.
From me picking up a thing.
He did a handspring off of the table, over the other mic, onto the... He was like a ninja.
Without even taking my headset off.
He kept the headset on that's connected to my headset. Like, this guy is that good. Absolutely insane.
No, okay, so but the difference was when I could lock up with somebody, then I knew. At that point, I gained my confidence, and then I could play my game. But until that happened, and that happened, like I was saying, you were asking me, like...
Intimidating guys.
For sure, yeah. But that's when your, like, game would, like... For me, my, like... It's like studying for a big test at that point, right? So now you're trying to find his weakness, because... I mean, I don't know the game of chess. I can't wait to learn the game of chess.
Oh, I'll play you. I'll beat you.
Well, because I don't know how to play, Trav.
I'll crush you, dude.
Okay, so listen.
Checkmate.
I'm going to learn how to play chess. And when I do...
You're going to beat me.
Yeah. But with that being said, football is like a chess match. Football's a chess match because as soon as you lock up with somebody, now you're just
trying to outmaneuver the other one.
Or it's a game,
yeah.
Like, right? So I'm gonna attack you, or I'm gonna let you come to me, and then I'm gonna cave your chest, or however it looks, right? So it's just a mind f the whole game. So I don't know. It's just I don't know how I got that way, or why I got that way, or whatever. But that was my mentality going through it.
Did you ever get mind effed by anybody?
Yeah, I got mind effed in it. We were playing Tahoma at Enumclaw High School.
Really?
That's the last time I ever let myself go in the tank like that. Like at halftime, I had to apologize to the team because I was like getting ready to get chucked out of the game. Because
by the refs, like they were like saying, like, "Hey, dude!" Like,
I was about to fully fist fight. Like I was going on. The dude was so deep in my head, it was insane. And I was.
What was he doing? Talk about it.
He was just talking shit. Like somehow, somewhere. Well, Tahoma, Maple Valley, basically.
Right.
They knew about me, and their whole mentality was take me out of my game because if they could get in my head, then they could make moves or do whatever, right? And so, your phone just rang. But so they were their biggest shit talker, and I actually became friends with the dude.
Where did he play at? Did he play anywhere?
No. He was just a high school, like, whatever.
It's the guy that playing against you?
Yeah. Actually
knew how to get in your head.
Yeah, he's like, oh, dude, I was the guy that got in your head. I was like, you're lucky you're still alive.
Where'd you meet this dude? Where'd you see him again?
Lucky you're still alive. Well, I live in Maple Valley.
I know, and I'm sure he's still there, but where did you see him? Like, what was brought you guys back together?
It was just a random, like, he came up to me and knew who I was, honestly.
Was it freaking Brad? Because I swear
Brad grew up in Spokane. Can't you tell? Look at him.
Yeah, he's a scrawny little piece of crap. I'm just kidding. I love Brad.
But
he got in your head and you guys are back together.
No, he just got in my head and took me out of my game. And then the coach was like, dude.
Is it Keto Tommy?
I don't know. No. I don't know what you got going on, but you got to snap out of it. And so I was like, I needed that halftime break because then after halftime, he kept talking and I just kept burying him. So I figured that one out.
So
but I did.
Were you like this at halftime? Like, hey guys, this last first half was on me, and I'm so sorry. I'm hanging it in my head. It's not gonna happen for the next second half. Were you crying?
We still won.
Were there tears?
No tears.
How was your apology? Say what your apology was.
I was just like, hey, I'm losing my shit out here. I got somebody in my head, and I let somebody get in my head. I apologize. Not gonna happen the second half.
Did you
and we
say
won.
it
We still came back.
like the coach said, hey coach, I want to say something real quick. Like
no,
that?
I just straight up stood up and was like, hey, I'm losing my shit right now, and I apologize.
And then you came back.
Yeah, I cleared my head.
You were the punt returner. You
No,
ran it
nope,
back.
definitely wasn't that.
Stiff arming everyone.
Definitely wasn't that.
Slow motion.
I think
hurdling over people.
do you know that like in high school, like I would be like, coach, you have to take me out of the game at some point. Like literally, there was games that like I was on punt cover, I was on kickoff cover, I was on kickoff return, I was on defense, I was on offense. I was like, I would come off the field and I'd be like, you got to take me off the field. I got to breathe.
You know what you sound like?
What?
That guy wheezed in
I'd be like, coach, can you just take me off punt for one play?
You're the wheezing guy.
You're the wheezing guy. You're wheezing right now. We're not even doing anything.
It's mind over matter, Joey. Oh, man. Everyone, hey, thank you so much for listening to the episode of Hollerin with Hollenbeck.
Appreciate it.
Guys, hey, go to Cole Street, tag us in it, get $1 off, go take a picture by the mural, hit us up with questions, hit us up at all. Tell us you're listening. We're starting to grow, guys. I don't know if you know this yet. We're starting to grow. A little bit. Tell your friends.
Tell your friends. Subscribe.
All right. Thank you, guys. Take care.